Hello, I'm Mrs. Roberts. Thank you so much for subbing for my class today. It should be a fairly easy day, a lot of just independent work. I made a video for the students describing everything they need to be responsible for. And I wanted to make this video for you as well, just so you're kind of on top of them. They have a tendency to pretend like they're working behind their computers. They will be using their laptops today. So if you could just make sure, I don't know if you have, yeah, I don't think you have access to Blocksy, but just make sure if you could just roam around the room and remind the kids, and I did this in the video, remind them that I'm watching their screens. So if they're off task, if they are not working, I will take note of them. They understand that there's something called Blocksy where I have access to their screens, and I've used it with them before many times, so they are aware of how it works. But also wander the classroom and just make sure they are on task and doing what they need to be doing. There are certain time limits I want for them specifically. So for period one, reading for 10 minutes independently. I think I'm going to take this. Oops, sorry, hold on. I think I'm going to take the independent reading off for the day. So I'm going to take it off for the day just because they have a lot of work to do today. And I don't want, I can't have any wasted time. So the first thing they're going to do when they come in is they're going to answer 3 questions about the documentary that they watched yesterday. Just remind them, and I did in the video, that it's the Efren Divided Pre-Reading Hyperdoc on Monday's agenda in Google Classroom. They'll find it there. And it's slides 7 and 8. But again, first, please, I'm sorry, I should back up. Please have them just watch this video. This is where they're going to get the instructions for the day. So just the first thing they want when they walk in the classroom is they have to watch the video of me describing what they're doing. That'll be the easiest thing for you. And then, so when they answer the 3 questions, I told them this should not take them any longer than 10 minutes. If it takes them longer than 10 minutes, either they don't understand it, which they all should because they're fairly simple questions just to check understanding. But if they need help, definitely remind them you can help them with the questions if they need it. Please only give them 10 minutes to work on this. They could always finish it in class if they need to. Next, leaving Venezuela. So they have to read on Actively Learn. The link is right here for them. They'll have it on their Google Classroom. All they need to do is create an account to sign in. So they just click it. I haven't used this with them yet this year, so this will be the first time. Some of them already have an account. So, this is the teacher view. So just direct them to how it's pretty simple. They just have to log in with their Google account or create a new account with their Google account, and it prompts them every step of the way how to do that. But it'll give them this right here. This is what it'll look like for them. So it's really just self-guided, self-paced. They submit questions and then it takes them to the reading. Remind them that they can use the headphones at the front of the room on the table there if they would like. There's a read aloud section. There's a notes section. So this will help them kind of, and there are questions throughout that kind of check their understanding as they read. They have to answer the questions in order to submit to go to the next section. So just so you are aware of what they're working on. They're going to need some time working on that one. So I would say the rest of the period would be for working on this. If they finish early, I'm just going to leave that for you. If they finish this early, they can start working on their identity projects. They all know what that is. Their projects are in my cabinet behind me in the blue. And I'll probably tell one of my students from the classes to help you. You know what? I'll just have it laid out on the table for you. It'll be pretty easy. So the kids just have to look to find which one is theirs and then continue working on it. Give them 20 minutes into this period, into the second period, to work on them. and the instructions on that. If they need the instructions on that, it's down here, right here. So, and then the last 20 minutes of class will be dedicated to presentations. I want them up. I want every single kid up presenting their projects if possible. If you can't get to everyone, that's fine. They just know that they're going to be presenting. And please let them know if there are people not presenting today or we don't get to them today, that they will be presenting the rest of these on Monday. So they can either present the paragraph that they wrote on their poster, which again, they have to write a reflection paragraph describing their poster on the back. Or they can just describe 2 stereotypes they've experienced and then the 2 realities of who they really are. So a minimum of 2 for each presentation. They'll understand what you're talking about because they're working on it. And you'll take a quick look at the posters and get an idea of what they're doing. Okay, so that will be for period 2. They do need more time on this. I think that's pretty much it. One thing I want to say, the kids are iReady testing this week. So there are probably like 1 or 2 who have not finished their iReady test that they have to finish today. So if they haven't, let's see, I'm going to have the kids, I'm going to put it in here. If you haven't finished iReady, you will be working on this test first before any of the activities below. Okay. They must finish their iReady. Must. Please send the kids who need to work on iReady outside. There's a table outside with a desk or with a chair, and please have them sit out there to work on it. They can even sit down in a little pod area under the umbrella if they want. Do please kind of poke your head out and check on them every now and then. But they need to finish tomorrow. So this is definitely priority. And then when they're done, they can come back in and work on their projects. So because let them know I'll be flexible with their work. If they need more time to finish these because they had to do their iReady, let them know that I'm going to give them an extension if they need it. Okay, so that's pretty much it for tomorrow. If you have any questions, please feel free to text me. I'll write my number down on a sticky note for you. And again, thank you so much for subbing for me today. Really appreciate it. One more thing I want to make note of, please, if you can open up the windows in the classroom and then turn on there's one in the back of the room and there's one in the front of the room, the air purifiers when you come in. Make sure you wear a mask at all times. I always open up the doors as well. And the AC over there in the corner next to the sink has to be turned down frequently because it turns off every now and then. So if it starts getting warm in the room, just go over to the AC and you'll have to switch it down. And at the end of the day, you just have to shut the windows. I do have a pull in here for you to do all of that. It's not too hard to figure out, but it's a little complicated. And that's pretty much it. Please text me if you have any questions. Thank you so much again.